Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're doing my Supercoach team review for round 15, the last of the buys, as well as my team preview for round 16. So before we jump into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into this video. So as you can see here, my team scored 2062, which was still another poor ranking, top 11% for the round. The average, that doesn't matter, 32,172, and team value there. Season rank dropped another 258 to 1772. So yeah, we're dropping. There was some mistakes made, definitely, that I need to rectify, and I've definitely learned a lot about this, about Supercoach in this year, so I don't mind finishing in the top sort of 1.5k or whatever in the end. And as you can see, big mistake number one was getting in Logan Evans, even though he did score me points on field compared to other guys. The big mistake was him and having to basically waste a trade rather than getting, I could even have gotten, I think, a Tholstrup in at this point would have been probably better. Yeah, I think a Tholstrup would have actually worked. Yeah, just looking at that, I think, yeah, Tholstrup would have worked. Anyone would have worked because Dacos would have just gone there. And it would have meant that I don't have three rookie defenders on, so that kind of sucked. Luke Ryan, 93, he was fine. Harry Sheezel, 117, he was great as well. Dan Houston, 102, he sort of sucked because he only got, I think, like 80 fantasy points in the end, so he didn't get around the ball, but he has a really positive matchup this week. So it'll be interesting to see where I go with that. Wayne Malira is finally back, which will be a good thing. I think that I definitely missed his points. I missed 40 points there from him, probably, just in general, in round 14 when he didn't play. But it's good to see him back. Nick Martin, 112, he was really good as well. He did end up, I don't think what was his positioning? I just want to see, because I can sort of see off his behind, 21 touches, 9 and 3. So he didn't really have anything different, I would say. Maybe a little bit of a more forward role. Would like to see more in the back line to score more points, but anyway. And then Logan Evans with a 68. And then you've got here in the midfield, Dacos used the captaincy to captain him because I took Brody Grundy's 124, which was probably a decent enough decision in the end. Looking at my side, it was the third highest scorer for the round, but I was not going to be VCing Tom Green or, in a sense, Lockie Neal, because Lockie Neal also had the potential of a Willem Drew, who I think is almost not tagging anymore. Butters with the 123, which was really good as well. Flanders 117, he'll move back into the forward line this week, I think. I believe he moves back into the forward line with the trades. Sam Walsh here, 110, he was doing all right. Matty Rowell, 82, he kind of sucks, but I'm probably going to have to hold him for the rest of the year. That was kind of a failed. I should have just gone to a Sarong or someone like that. That gets a lot of... I think now that one thing I've learned this year is with the... you want guys like, not like Rowell, who he was averaging decent enough disposals, but we know that he can sort of drop down to those mid-20s, low-20 type disposal efforts, and rely heavily on tackles, and tackles don't get scored as well compared to like the contested handball. So you see here 23, 19, 26, 15, this 35 effort, but 19 and 16. And you look at the difference in the scoring there just because of his sort of disposal output when he was getting high tackle numbers, high free kick numbers as well, whereas now he's sort of dropped off not really dropped off the tackle numbers, but dropped off more so the possession numbers down to the low sort of 20s, if not in the teens, and that's just fallen away his scoring ability. So I think that is a big thing for next year, is just going for those high contested possession guys, but also the guys that also rack up the pill more rather than the tacklers and guys like that. I think that is one thing that I've learnt, as that is a huge one. So yeah, definitely learning stuff on the fly with this, with Supercoach, that will bring into next year's Supercoach. Tom Green, he was amazing in the first quarter and then sort of got shut down a little bit, but he'd done his job. Clayton Oliver sucks. Simple as that. I don't know whether this is a Clayton Oliver, new Clayton Oliver, or whether it's just a Clayton Oliver, he's unfit, hasn't had a preseason Oliver. Gawn and Grundy did their jobs. Yes, it sucks that De Koning is going large and very neatly bringing that gap in, but there's not much we can do about that anymore. And also the fact that he's averaging 102 for the year compared to a lot of these guys that are averaging more, but 3-round average of 154. He should get a reality check this week against the likes of Nankervis, who is a huge ruck, and I think that he probably doesn't score as well. Then we move down here. Heaney 112, Zorko 104, Fisher 108. That were pretty good. Jackson still got a 66 somehow on a 39 in fantasy, which is all right. And then Holland's an 84, and then we didn't have anyone here. So yeah, I think one of the big takeaways from this, from Supercoach in a certain extent, is just finding a way to have non-dead players. Like I've played with 2 dead players in Biggie and Caulfield, who really I wish I had better. Caulfield was that was unlucky. Biggie got dropped. I should have probably known that, so that was another thing. But also, I already had the loophole in here, so I guess it was kind of a little bit annoying during the buy rounds that I couldn't flip stuff around. But then also in the buy rounds, I think just keeping up with trading, I guess, rookies and stuff like that as well is a huge thing. And just knowing who to pick, I guess, is definitely a thing that I need to improve on next year, which I think I have already started to improve on, especially my fantasy, improving on that. So hopefully I can take that across and improve on that with the Supercoach side as well of it. So that pretty much is the team from round 15. Then we go to trades. Oliver can get in the bin. And then also because of the mistake that I made with Evans, I'm not able to access, cash to a certain degree from like not any of those guys, from like a Fraser this week or something like that, because I know Dowling's going to go up in price, I believe, next week as well. So yeah, I can't sort of access that. And that means that, I'm pretty much stuck with the 1, 2, 3 instead of that 1, 2, 3 would have potentially got me more value, that 1, 2, 3, because Dowling's probably going to go up. We would expect, given he's played 2 games, I would expect him to go up to close to 200k by the end of this, I would say. And 200k would be a lot better than 123, sorry. That would be an extra 70 odd k that I could spend and get top of the line guy, like getting a 540 or a 560k 23rd primo, rather than a sort of having the likes of Elijah Holland. So the guy that I'm trading in this week, if we look to 3 games averages, we can actually just go. I want Nick Dacos back there because I need that. We trade that there. So it is, and then Flanders there. So it is still a midfielder here. And basically the midfield slot I have, and if I just go here, I know that he isn't playing, but if I just go down here, there's no one playing in the 100k range as well, which kind of sucks, but I kind of need this to keep some cash for Primo Watch next week. And that is going to be getting another here in Keenan Brown as well. And then also in for my Primo, if we just go here, and go to plays I can afford, you have all of these Primos here, and I don't really like many of them, to be honest with you. If we go to 5-round averages, does that change a little bit? You got Libba there, don't really like that as well. You got Tim Taranto, who I could go for, but the guy that I'm actually going to go for is quite ironic that I'm not going for him in fantasy, but I'm going to go for him in Supercoach, is the likes of Josh Dunkley. Now, if we do that, then we go Bontempelli in, Jordan Dawson in there. You see how this starts to shape out here with Elijah Hollands as my 22nd Primo. And then you've also got Nick Dacos is going to be on field for Logan Evans. You sort of see how that's sort of shaping out. So it's a pretty decent side, I would say. It's just that I wish I was able to, because next week I'll have 11k plus Fraser and Harrison, and then my plan is to potentially grab the likes of a Simkin or someone else, like maybe even a Kerno or something if Kerno doesn't rise too much. Kerno is right on the cusp of things to the point that I need him to score less than Fraser and Harrison, which is the break-even game that we talk about in fantasy that we don't want to really see too much. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the video. Quite a short one as the trades were sort of stock standard. The VC and C, which I didn't actually do in fantasy, so I'll have to go back. The VC, I think I'm doing Gawn across both just because it's Gawn. I think McInerney has been a little bit restrictive in the last couple of weeks, but I think Gawn has gone across against McInerney quite strong in the last couple of weeks. I know he's projected as 79. But he did go, where is it, against McInerney early this season at 138, and he did also go 215 the year before. So I think he can go pretty strong. They are playing at the Gabba, is that, I believe? Is that the Gabba? Yeah, they're playing at the Gabba, so hopefully he goes pretty well. I don't know if they'll have necessarily the strongest midfield will Melbourne, but I just want to also check fixtures. It was round 7 or 8 that they played, did they? Let me just check. No, was it round 6? When did they play when did they play? Let me just check here because I want to check how did he score. They played in round 5, not round 6, so round 5 here. Melbourne against Brisbane, they lost that game. And my stats here, hitouts to advantage, he had 12 hitouts, so yeah, not totally reliant on that. And also if we look at how was his disposal efficiency let's just do that because that should get him. He was only disposing it at 52%. I don't know what his exact average is, but that seems to be below what he usually goes at. So, and then also you have, I think it was last year, if I just go to 2023, filter, City, no, not City, team, Brisbane will do it even this way. Here we go. I think this game is the game, did he score 4 in this? Yeah, he did. Where is the other game that they played? Where is it? Here we are. Melbourne won by a point and Max Gawn scored a 162. We had 39 hitouts, and of those 39 hitouts, 17 were to advantage. So yeah, I don't think it's too reliant. And then also in that game, you see with center clearances, he'll be up here as well. He had a 72% disposal efficiency. So I think if he can clean up his disposal efficiency, Max Gawn, compared to the game that they played earlier on in the year, he'll be pretty good. And then my captain for the week, honestly, I don't think Brodie Grundy will be too good of an option against the double ruck. Heaney could be an alright option, but then again, who has the Essendon could be another option, but I don't have any Essendon guys. Port Adelaide could go Dan Houston potentially. Who does Nick Dacos have? Nick Dacos has Gold Coast. Hawthorn as well, don't really have anyone from there. Carlton don't really have anyone, to be honest with you. I'm kind of stumped for captaincy options, to be honest with you. Who do I go for? Adelaide versus GWS. I don't think Dawson is too flash of an option. Flanders against, who do they have? They've got Collingwood. Has he played Collingwood earlier this year? Let's just double check that. Has he played Collingwood? He averages 76 against them. I know that's different a position. Freo, what did you do earlier in the year? 118. Zorko, we know I'm not going to captain him. Don't really want to captain no one there. Wow, this is kind of tough. I may just go with do I just go safe with a Bontempelli, or do I just go safe with a Nick Dacos? What's Nick Dacos? Yeah, I'll go safe with a Nick Dacos, I think, just because whenever he hasn't dropped below 102 basically since round 2, except for that game that he got subbed out and tagged in itself. And I don't think that he will really look at that against Gold Coast. So yeah, I'm going to go Nick Dacos with the captaincy there. So yeah, that pretty much is the video there, going through all of my if my thing will work. No, it doesn't want to work. So let's go back there. So yeah, that's all my trades and my review of my Supercoach team, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.